Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Katie and I am coming to you from my very Christmas-fied bedroom. I've learned in this lockdown I have no personal space. My dog Louie is right there. My husband Don is out there, and neither are too far from me due to quarantine. So good times. I wanted to talk to you guys today because I am announcing, and I've actually said this in a few videos and vlogs and put on Instagram and Facebook, but I am formally announcing that on December 31st at 6 p.m. Pacific time, I am holding a live goal session / vision board building session. I actually got this idea from Ani Bangles, and I just love it. I love the idea of doing this. I think it's better than even going out on New Year's Eve, frankly. I did end up building some planning and goal planning documents for you guys, which are linked right in the description box. It's completely free. Just click the link. You don't have to put in your email or anything like that. You can just download them. The lighting is going to be different because I've just pulled out my iPad. No, I got it back. The lighting is different and going to come in and out because I've just pulled out my iPad. But the first sheet is kind of like a planner sheet. It has your to-do section, your time blocking section. You'll notice on the to-do section that it's only 10 spaces, and that's because anyone that is trying to do more than 10 things in a day is setting themselves up for failure, quite frankly. My husband Don always says the person setting the alarm for 5 a.m. is different to the person getting up at 5 a.m. And I think that's very true. We oftentimes will kind of like not intentionally set ourselves up for failure, but in a way it is intentional, where we're like, oh, I'm gonna get so much done today, I'm feeling so motivated, blah blah blah. And then by the time you make it through 5 things, you're like, how is it already 3 p.m.? So let's you know, be kind to ourselves and realize that we only have so much time. So we have those sections. Then we have the if I have time section. That section is 3 spaces wide, and it allows you to write in 3 extra items that you don't necessarily need to get done today, but things that you would like to if you have time. And then you have the move to tomorrow section. The next sheet that we have is our 2021 goal section. This is 10 big goals that you're going to write down for the year. And I actually, because I am crazy, I actually ended up writing one 10 goal sheet page for my YouTube and my blog. I wrote one for my Instagram, one for my fitness and health, and another for my work, and then finally one for my personal life. And I'll go over my goals with you guys, but I also have another sheet in here that has a quarterly breakdown. This is where you can write 10 quarterly goals for progressing yourself forward. Basically, if you have 10 really big goals for the year, and that goal is like, I want to lose 50 pounds, that seems really overwhelming. But instead, if you said, I'd like to lose 5 pounds a month, that seems much more manageable, doable, all of that. So you would write down your quarterly goals, and you can write your why next to it if you'd like to. I did put a section for the why. And then you have daily actions that you can do. So if a goal is a weight loss goal, then a daily action would maybe be getting your 10,000 steps, doing a spin class, something like that. And then your weekly actions would be, you know, staying on your meal plan every week, that kind of thing. Likewise, if one of your goals was to start a YouTube channel this year, maybe a weekly action would be to film videos for YouTube, and then a daily action would be to edit and respond to comments, something like that. Then I did create a space for accomplishments. I have month 1, month 2, and month 3 accomplishments. I think it's important to acknowledge our wins, and I don't think that in American culture we allow that acknowledgement. It's always the next. So it's always like, okay, well, you accomplished that. What are you going to do next? And it's never like, where you stop and you're like, wow, I really did this. I accomplished this goal that I set for myself. So I think having a space where you actually write out, what did I accomplish this month? And acknowledging it and giving yourself that pat on the back is really, really important to keeping you motivated, keeping that willpower up for you to keep moving forward. Then there are 12 sheets after that, and it says January 2021 goals, February 2021 goals, March 2021 goals, and that is just where you would create those little bite size, those little nibbles that of your bigger goals that you can write down and have them like visible to you. So for me, I actually have this saved in the Good Notes app on my iPad, where I open this every single day because my planner is digital. So I'm constantly in here and I'm greeted with this every single day. If you are more of a visual person and you need to see it like actually in your life, I would suggest printing this out, writing your goals down, and then either putting it on your bathroom mirror, your desk, you know, wherever it is that you're most likely to feel inspired, wherever it is that it's like that reminder, like, oh yes, I should be doing this instead of watching Game of Thrones or something like that, you know what I mean? Although who's watching Game of Thrones in 2020? We've already done that. So for the live, you guys are going to have two options. You can either build your vision board physically, and for that you would need poster board, magazines, glue, you would need markers, scissors, that kind of thing, or you can build it digitally. I actually prefer a digital vision board because I save it to my phone, my iPad, and my desktop computer as my background. And I do that because these are things, especially my phone, that I look at all the time. So it's a constant reminder. And this was the first year that I did that, and I actually feel really good about where I came out of this year. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but I found the digital one worked better for me because the physical one, I don't like clutter. Like these, it kills me. I love having Christmas decor out, but as soon as it's out, I'm like, oh, it feels cluttered, you know? It's just too much. And so I think that that's one of the reasons why when I have a physical vision board, I'm more likely to be like, well, let's just tuck it to the back of the closet and then I'll pull it out once a day. And I did that once. Like, I never pulled it out again. So I found that the digital one did work better for me. If you want to create a digital one, for that you're going to need pictures off of Pinterest, Instagram. Those are great resources. You can just screenshot them, save them to an album on your laptop, iPad, phone, wherever you're making this, and then you'll need some sort of collage building app. So there's an app called Collage, and then Instagram has Live Collage. There's also PicMonkey, Canva. Any of those will work, and we will build our vision boards using that. You want on both these vision boards to avoid using too many words. You don't want a lot of words on there because your brain has to actually read the word to fully comprehend what it is. Whereas, so if you have a picture of a house because your goal is to buy a house this year versus the word house, your brain is like house, and then you have to try to visualize it. Whereas if you're seeing house, you know that's a house and you're seeing exactly what the goal is. What type of house? Is it ranch style? Is it, you know, southern plantation style? Is it farmhouse? Is it mid-century modern? You know, all of that. You can get very detailed using Pinterest and Instagram for that. And also if you're building a physical vision board, you can actually use Pinterest and Instagram as well. You don't have to use magazines. Way better quality, and then just print them out. I would print them on photo paper and cut them out so that they don't fade or anything like that. Okay, so now we're going to talk about where my mindset was in 2020. I went into it feeling very positive. I went into it thinking this was going to be the best year ever. Of course, it didn't turn out that way. My journey through 2020 had a lot of ups and downs and twists and turns, and it was quite a roller coaster ride. As you guys know, this year was absolutely horrific and tragic for my family, but also for so many others. And so I feel guilty in a way to be like, wow, my year was really bad because we lost somebody, knowing that so many other people lost people too. It's kind of a weird situation to be in, but I think that my biggest lesson was how quickly our lives can change, how quickly the world can just flip like that, and we are literally floundering. My mom calls it normalcy bias. I wasn't aware that we could ever be in a situation where the entire world is flipping all at once, but it was quite shocking. And I think that it really helped put into perspective for a lot of us what our goals are, what we want out of life. And I was saying to a friend, it kind of helped take away the materialistic aspect of things, because suddenly, like, you know, going to Coachella and Dubai, that wasn't really what people were missing. People were more missing connection. They were like, oh, I would love to hug my mom. I would love to be able to go sit with my friends at a restaurant and have brunch. You know, it was those little things that we take for granted, we don't think much about, that people ended up missing the most. So I think that that is my biggest takeaway, is how quickly things can change and how much we took advantage the little things that we had in life. So moving into 2021, I definitely want to keep that in mind and just have it as a life lesson moving forward. I feel like there was a lot of personal growth for me this year, and that was part of it for sure. I also learned this year setting realistic goals is important. I think that, again, we have a tendency to get so caught up in the bigger picture, we're not thinking about our life as it is. And oftentimes you'll see people that are like, rise and grind, you know, and it's just that very go, go, go all the time. And those are also the people who suffer from burnout, and I am one of those people. My personality type, I did take the personality test. I learned a lot about myself because of that, and one of the things was prone to burnout, and I'm constantly burning out, to the point to where I have actually set in my phone a monthly burnout day for 2021 moving forward, because I think that it's important that I take that downtime and decompress, and just keep in mind that I can't do it all. I am not Superwoman as much as I would like to be. I would say also another really big takeaway is that and it's actually my word for 2021. I have set a word. I've seen a lot of people do this, and I was interested. So after a lot of self-reflection, I decided that my word for 2021 would be focus. And that is focus on me, focus on my goals, focus on my life. I am a doer, a fixer, a helper, and I collect bits of knowledge on a lot of little things and love to help people with whatever I know about. And I do that to my own detriment. So like, I will have a goal of I'm gonna upload every day in the month of January, and then I don't do it because I don't have time, because I'm helping my friend figure out like her Instagram thing, or I'm helping somebody else do something in their business where maybe I'm helping them build a website because they're starting a new business, you know, something like that. And it takes huge amounts of time and energy from me, and I'm helping them grow, and I love that. But I also feel like as I do that, I'm not growing and I'm not helping myself. And so for a long time, I've been saying, I really want to do this. I really want to focus on myself. I really want to be the best person I can be. And every single year by end of January, I'm knee deep in helping somebody else. And so this year I am setting my intention of focus on me. And it sounds really, really selfish to say that, but I also think that it's important for me to be a little bit selfish with my time, to be a little bit like involved with me and my growth and where I want to be in my life. Now we are going to go through my 2021 goals. This is going to be like the longest video ever, by the way. For my 2021 goals on my YouTube channel and my blog, I want to be consistent with my uploads. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. I want to be getting 10,000 views per video. I'd like to be earning $3,000 a month from YouTube. I want a blog post for every single video. That's where my initial love of this online space was, blogging, and I didn't blog very much at all in 2020 and 2019, so I really want to bring that back. I would like to do 2 giveaways a month, which I am working on that, so come back January 1st. And not all of these are 10 for each section, by the way. For my Instagram, I want to hit 100,000 followers, which is hefty because I'm at 1,300. So I need like 98,000. I want to host 2 giveaways there. I would like to post pictures and reels and IGTVs regularly, and I have like some plans for that on there that are more private. For my fitness goals, I want to get good at yoga again. It's something I used to do every day, and I really miss it, and my body misses it. It feels it, and my mom got me the yoga headstand stool, so I want to pick one thing a month that I'm going to work on and just progressively get better. Not one thing like I'm only going to do crow pose for a month, but one thing that I hyper focus on, and by the end of the year, I would like to be doing unassisted inversions. I want to get good at Pilates again. That's another thing I used to be really into. My favorite was the inversions on the Pilates reformer, and I really want to get back into that. I want to do 20 minutes of spin every day because I just find the mental clarity on the bike addictive, and I would like to lose weight, which I'm currently working on because I'm still on my meal plan. For my personal goals, I really want to focus on my routines. I used to be hyper routine oriented. I still am, but it got knocked in 2020. And so I want to hone back in on those and really do them with intention so that I'm not just moving through them. I'm like aware of what I'm doing in each section. I just find that when I do that, it really like makes them stick better. And that's one of the things I want to do. I want to find a hobby that is not work related. I was thinking maybe knitting, or I don't know. I thought about painting because I used to be really into painting, but honestly, I'm terrible at art, and I find it really demotivating when I feel like I'm not doing well. So maybe something like pottery wheel wise, or knitting I can do already. I'm just not that great at it, but I know I can get better with practice, so I might take knitting because that's something I can do in the evenings. And I don't know, I just like having something to do with my hands. Another thing is see family. That's obviously not something we can do right away, but it's definitely something that I would like to do this year. And then move or redecorate the condo. We're not sure what we're doing with that. We go back and forth a lot, and I just think that with doing, not redecorate in the sense of like tear out the kitchen, but in the sense of like I would like a new bed and night tables. The ones that we have are too small for this space. I also think I would like to switch bedrooms and make this space my office because it has a door that shuts, and then make our bedroom the other room, because where we took out that wall and put in the sliding doors, I can hear the TV and stuff like that if I'm trying to film. Whereas in here, Dawn has the TV on right now, but you can't really hear it. I mean, sometimes you can, but you can't really. So it's just little things like that. I want to get a new sofa. I want to get a new recliner, even though this guy is not going to be on board for that. But it's just, I don't want to do it all at once because that's just not financially feasible. But doing like one one thing a month. So like if I'm gonna get a new bed frame, I do need to get new nightstands first, and then I'll do the bed frame after that, and then probably by the time we get to August I'll have a new couch. But also it's not something I'm going to do if we're just gonna move, because if we're moving to the mainland, we're not taking any furniture with us. It's way too expensive to ship it. We will just sell it and move on from there. And those are my goals that I'm able to share online. Some things obviously stay private, but I hope that it gives you guys some ideas on things that you might want to do, and I hope it also inspires you guys to find certain things for yourselves, like a hobby. I would love to know if you guys have a hobby, what is it? Because I'm looking for one. It feels so weird to say that. Hi, I'm trying to find a hobby. I feel like I need to go to like a hobby store. But I am, because I think it's important to have something you really enjoy doing that's not monetizable, that isn't stressful. You know, you're not like, oh, I've got to go do this. It's just something that you do just for fun. I really like puzzling, but the problem is it takes up a lot of space, and we only have one table that we eat at, and so I can't leave a puzzle out. And I have a puzzle board, but it still breaks, and it doesn't break into tiny pieces, it does chunks, but I still have to put it back together. So I'm not sure if that's going to constitute a hobby or not, but we'll get there. We'll find one. So anyways, I know this video was a bit all over the place, but I hope it gave you guys some insight, some inspiration. I hope you guys will join me for my New Year's Eve live. I think that it'll be a lot of fun. We can all have Prosecco or champagne, wine, cocktails, whatever your preference is, and just vision board and goal plan together. The file for the goal sheets is down below. You just have to click the link. It'll take you to my blog where they're at. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.